Doctors feared he wouldn't make it, but now a brain-dead boy can laugh, cry and communicate again thanks to a miracle recovery. 3 times medics advised Taylor Reid's devastated mum Cheryl to turn off his life support. He had just a 2% chance of survival, she was told, after a motorbike smash in a field in Ballysillan, northern Belfast, nearly 2 years ago in May 2016. The prize-winning biker was 10 at the time, but had been racing most weekends since the age of 5, reports Belfast Live. When Cheryl got to the hospital, doctors told her it was unlikely her son would make it through the night. "The second day we definitely thought he was away as his body started to swell," she said. The mum said she has no doubt Taylor would have been killed outright had he not been wearing a neck brace when he was knocked off his bike near their home. But the force of the crash still sent his helmet flying from his head, leaving him unresponsive or able to breathe on his own because of the impact. She said the former Ballysillan PS pupil spent the next 3 weeks in intensive care at the Royal Belfast Hospital for Sick Children and a further 9 months on its Paul ward. He had multiple fractures in his skull and every part of his head was injured, Cheryl explained. "They told me his brain had completely died and there was nothing they could do." When the accident first happened, consultants asked Cheryl, "Do you think he realizes who you are?" And I was like, no. But despite her wee boy's bleak outlook, the mum of 3 said she and her husband David never gave up. Heavily pregnant Cheryl, David and Taylor's little sister Brooke were never far from his side during 9 long months in hospital. Now 12-year-old Taylor is even reacting to his baby brother Cole, who was born just 3 weeks after his accident and visited him every day. And a delighted Cheryl puts it all down to his rehabilitation work with a private doctor he has seen every week for the past year in Belfast. The 31-year-old added, Dr. Goshi, at the Crania Neuro Rehab Center, has just literally retrained his whole brain. He's a miracle worker. At the start there was no response whatsoever, but now when I bring him every Tuesday, his eyes are wide open and he's smiling, all the things they told me he would never be able to do again. He responds and knows every single word you are saying to him now. They wanted me to register him blind, but I knew in my gut that he wasn't, and the speech therapist said last week they think he's seeing everything and is starting to spell through his eyes now. He says yes and no and is spelling out pictures and has complete understanding. It's just been persevering with the treatment and the therapy and it's really starting to pay off. Cheryl said the private 2-hour weekly treatments have been expensive, but worth every penny just to see her son laugh again. That was like giving me £1 million because they told me he would never be able to do that, she added. They told me his emotions were gone and that he would never feel pain. Basically that his body was breathing, but he was gone. Now he's crying and about 5 months ago he started smiling, and he's laughing too. We are getting wee bits of him back and you can see his personality now, but it's definitely down to Dr. Goshi. I am so glad I have stuck with it. He's amazing, that man. Taylor didn't know what planet he was on, but since he started treating him, he's a different wee boy. With the help of Dr. Goshi he is trying to walk. It's unbelievable. But the family, who relocated to Glenramley into a better house for Taylor's needs, are not stopping there. Cheryl added, I do believe he will bring him on further. We're now talking about going to India for stem cell therapy.